auto sector is a representative of two things. One, it talks about the collective aspirations of the country, and secondly, it also talks about the overall health of the economy. However, this is one sector which has not been doing well over the last 3 years now, and there were very high hopes that the sector had, that the budget is going to come out with a lot of measures which will boost this particular sector. However, at the end of the day, we find that this sector was not mentioned at all in the entire speech. Though the sector has not been mentioned, in my opinion, there are 4 things that I could pick up from the entire speech, which is going to have a big impact on this sector to a certain extent, maybe some segments of this sector. One of the things, in my opinion, is that this budget had a lot of announcements with respect to transfer pricing, with respect to retrospective tax and so on. This should surely boost the confidence of some of the MNC players, especially who are looking at further investments in the country. The second thing, in my opinion, is a lot of measures and schemes which were announced with respect to infrastructure investment. So a lot of announcements were made with respect to the investments in the ports, in the airports, in the metro lines, in the roads. So this is definitely going to lead to a huge amount of demand in some of the core sectors, which eventually is going to increase the demand for commercial vehicles and the demand for construction equipments. The third thing, in my opinion, is the push which this budget gives to the rural sector. So with respect to the rural sector, the announcements which have been made with respect to the housing, the investment which is going to happen on the warehouse sectors, where some 5,000 crores is going to go into the cold chains, the investments with respect to price stabilization. So all these measures will result definitely in a better or a higher level of living for the farmers, which should lead to a higher demand in the tractor sectors. The last thing, I think, and it is the most important thing from a long-term perspective, is the capability building. So this is the first time that we have seen where a finance minister spoke about skill development. He spoke about capability development through investments in the defense sector. So raising the limit in the defense sector from 26% to 49% is definitely going to get a lot of capability with respect to machining of high-end, with respect to high-end technology which is going to come into the country. With respect to this increase in outlay, I also think that there is going to be an opportunity for a lot of auto component players to diversify their business and look at the defense sector. Apart from these 4 points, I think there were a lot of other demands that the auto sector had over the last couple of months. The auto sector was expecting that there would be a uniform excise rate for various kinds of vehicles. The sector was expecting that eventually we will have some kind of an accelerated depreciation, especially because the life cycle is reducing. People were expecting if there could be some policy around the terminal life or the end of usage of a commercial vehicle. So a lot of these things have not been announced in the budget. Let's see how the finance minister and the government is going to tackle some of these expectations of the auto sector so that the demand can go up. Thank you.